am I? Who am I to give parent tips on how they can do a couple of things for their children? I felt they'll be like, is it this lady who is not yet married? Or is it this, what experience does she have in parenting? You get all those things. So I felt less. I felt, why will I do this? Like, why will I? When there are people who are much qualified out there than me. Yes, there are many people out there doing what I am doing, but my own space is reserved. So if you're listening to me right now and you feel, why will I go out there to do it? Why should I start again? Or why should I venture into that very thing? There are people out there who are better than I am. Guys, take that thought off. If you keep having these thoughts right in your head, you will end up doing nothing. In as much as there are people out there, your space is still reserved. Hi guys, Miss Ann here again. You are welcome to Moments with Miss Ann. Today's video is really gonna inspire you, and I want you to watch till the end. Don't stop the video, just listen. Guys, I know you have that ideas, you have that project, and that dreams God has deposited in you, and you have tried several times to work on them, but each time you keep trying, you keep failing. Like you fail too many times that what comes next to your head is to give up. Guys, this video is for you. Don't give up. I personally, I have passed through a lot. I have gone through a couple of things, and trust me, each time I want to give up, I remember the story of Noah, on how it took him 100 years to build the ark. Guys, 100 years, not be being so. Like, can I actually do that for 100 years? But Noah did. Also, another person that inspires me in the Bible is Job. Despite the trials, tribulations, and everything, Job never gave up. Still, how about Thomas Edison, who failed 1,000 times before he eventually invented a bulb? Hey, can you actually do that? So these are the people who inspires me, and I think about them whenever I want to give up, and then I just hold my calm. Let me share the challenges I faced before I finally made it here on YouTube. It wasn't easy, guys. I started YouTube 2020 last year because naturally I am this person who likes to, I had always wanted a platform where I can inspire people, talk to people, share my ideas on certain things. I love everything speaking, like public speaking is my thing, and also I love counseling. I love counseling. And then I had wanted a platform where I can just, inspire people. And then 2020 came. I started a YouTube channel in 2020, but it wasn't easy, trust me. It wasn't easy for me. It was my first time, and then I never had a cell phone to start up. Like, my cell phone wasn't good enough, the camera wasn't good enough. I had a friend who actually got a new cell phone, and then I was making use of her own. We are humans. Even though she never said it for once, I know there are sometimes she felt like I was bugging, but she never said it for once. We are human, so I totally understand. And because I understand, I never wanted to keep borrowing her cell phone. I never wanted to do so. But guys, I still needed to put up a video on my YouTube. So the times I asked for a cell phone, she's always giving me for me to do. And before I edit, oh my god, me too, I know say that big try for me. She really did. So if you are listening to me out there, thumbs up to you. I love you. Thank you for making me have that good start back in 2020. So after I eventually put up my first videos, everybody were happy. Everybody were happy for me. And then I did the same thing again. She needed to go to school, but I think prior to her going back to school, I used her cell phone again to make my second video, and I did the editing on her cell phone still before she left. And then finally I put up my second video, and she went to school. Everybody were happy for me. They were also commenting and that, and I don't know what happened. One thing led to another. I deleted the video mistakenly. Gosh! And that was the main video. As I deleted that video, I gave up totally because I was like, with all the stress and everything, and I don't have what to use, so I gave up already. I said I was not doing YouTube again, and YouTube was not my thing, and then I stopped. So that same month, few months later, back in 2020, I was able to save up and get myself a better cell phone that I could use, and I got it, guys. I still did not go back to YouTube because I was like, I cannot go back to that stress of filming, and after filming, editing, taking this off, saying that you didn't do this right, you did not stand well, or you didn't sit well, or all those things. And friends and family were like, you got the cell phone because of this thing, so why didn't you want to go back into it? I read it off. 2021, I just did not want to go back into it again because I was like, whoa, me raye abeg, me raye gbogbo ile. So I think 2022, late last year, I felt there was more to me. I felt I was not doing what I was supposed to do. Like, the Holy Spirit kept disturbing me. I felt there were a lot I needed to do that I was not doing. I actually wanted a platform, and what I do say back then was I was looking forward to probably having a platform to speak in a conference, to write my book or something like that. But it was back in 2023, this 2020, the Lord opened my eyes to certain things. And then when I saw where areas I could do more, I saw my pastor's wife, and then she spoke to me, she encouraged me. She told me to go out and dish out what I have to people, that I have a lot in me that I'm just retaining, and I should go out. Hey, and I told her that immediately. I remember telling her that I didn't want to go to YouTube because I felt I did not. I had a cell phone to use, I had words to use, but I was telling her my excuse was I didn't have a nice background. Like, coming out of YouTube, you have to come out in a nice place. Like, your background has to be, I wanted an excellent video. I never wanted anything mediocre. So, and then she told me, okay, fine, if you feel YouTube, you don't want to start with YouTube, maybe you should start blogging, or you should start up your podcast. And then I started my podcast. From podcasting, the Holy Spirit did not let me rest. I went back to YouTube, and she was surprised that I was back on YouTube. I went to YouTube, and that was how I started. Guys, the way I'm saying this thing it seems so easy, but trust me, it wasn't easy. It even isn't easy right now as I'm talking to you. But the way I'm saying it sounds like something easy. So I went through a lot. But thank God for God, we're fine. Guys, I know you have a lot on your head to do, and it's as though the efforts you are making, it's not visible, like you just keep failing and all of that. I just want you to keep calm and trust God. Now, there's one thing we do wrongly, and what I want to tell you is, please, in as much as you are going forth again, you are giving it a try again, depend on God. Ask God to help you out, to give you strategies on how to go about the assignment or that project you have before you. Because if you go forth to men, they are actually gonna tell you this, do that, do this. They will tell you different things on how to go about a couple of things, and you will end up being frustrated. So instead of that, just go to God first, the giver of all. Like, everything you want, He gives to you. So go to Him and ask Him, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to go about it? Just help me. I remember before I came back on YouTube, I was just telling God that, God, I actually want to make a global impact. Like, I want to change things in the education sector. I want to change how parents see certain things and how parents handle their children. I was just telling God all of these things, that God, I want to help people. I want to inspire people. I want to build people's faith. And God, I just need you to help me. Just help me do it your way. That was my prayer. Help me do it your way. How do you want me to go about these things? I got to a stage where I was all dependent on God. And trust me, the process, the way God just provided people that pushed me, charged me, He just came abruptly, and I just thank God, really. That's why I keep telling you, in as much as you are making that decision to go back and try again, to do things that you did not get previously, just believe in God. Ask God to help you, show you, give you strategies on how to go about it, and trust me, you will love it. Also, start with the little you have. Like, it is okay to start with the little you have and then grow big, because if you keep waiting for growing big without starting, you will end up doing nothing. I remember when I too wanted to start, I wanted it in a very huge way. I wanted to I was just thinking bigger than the present. It is okay to think big, but in as much as you are thinking big, act. And just stop there without doing anything. So I just wanted it big. I wanted mine perfect, and I noticed that each time I kept on having this in mind, I noticed I never did anything about it, because what I was picturing was not what I saw available for me. So guys, start now. Now is the time. Start now. There is time for everything. Guys, yes, I know there are many educators out there, but your space is still reserved. There are many fashion designers out there, but your space is still reserved. There are many. What profession is it? Mention it. There are many out there, but the truth is, your space is still reserved. I was before I started this, I was weighed down in so many ways, because I was like, yes, I'm an educator and I have been in this teaching thing for over 7 years. I've got the experience, but I felt there were better people out there that are doing this thing better than I can, or that will do this thing better than I can. I felt there were professionals out there that are actually into this thing, and they are doing it, and they are making impact and all those things. So I felt less. I felt I wasn't good enough. Yes, I've been with children, and I have a couple of experience on how to relate with children and how to go about things. I was like, who am I to give parent tips on how they can do a couple of things for their children? I felt they would be like, is it this lady who is not yet married? Or is it this, what experience does she have in parenting? You get all those things. So I felt less. I felt, why will I do this? Like, why will I? When there are people who are much qualified out there than me. I felt, then the Holy Spirit sat me down, and a couple of friends I had, they also talked to me about it. That is why you should be intentional with the kind of people you have in your circle. And they spoke to me, and that was when my eyes was open to a couple of things. And then I knew that yes, there are many people out there doing what I am doing, but my own space is reserved. So if you're listening to me right now and you feel, why will I go out there to do it? Why should I start again? Or why should I venture into that very thing? There are people out there who are better than I am. Guys, take that thought off. If you keep having these thoughts right in your head, you will end up doing nothing. In as much as there are people out there, your space is still reserved. As you go out there to start afresh, to try again, this time around, trust God. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not in your own understanding. I will leave you with the book of Proverbs chapter 3 from verse 5 to 6. You need to study it. Just go back, read this Bible, study it, digest it, and work with it. You need to get to that stage where you don't depend on your own understanding. Leave it to God and just allow Him do it His way. Depend on God, rely on God, believe in Him, and trust me, the end result will just be like magic. Yes, like magic. So this video you are actually seeing today is not a mistake. It is not by accident. God actually sent me to you. Yes, you. God sent me to you. So trust in Him. He wants you to trust in Him. He wants you to believe in Him. He wants you to go back and try again. He doesn't want you to give up. So thank you very much, guys. If this video has blessed you in any way, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you very much, guys. I love you.